High Rock Lookout is probably the number 1 or 2 on my top of the list of hikes that you must do anytime you are in Washington State. If you're interested in learning why I think you have to do this hike at least once, and at least once for sunrise, keep on watching and welcome back. This is Tierra Querida. For your first time hiking this trail, I would maybe do like earlier in the morning, so just so you can kind of get a sense of what it's like to hike this trail. But I do strongly encourage you to do it at least once for sunrise. And there are a couple things that I would encourage you to bring. One of them being some really good shoes with good grip, and also have good ankle support. There's a lot of exposed tree roots and a lot of loose rocks. Another thing to bring, especially if you're going in the morning, is a lightweight jacket, but that provides enough warmth and maybe has a little bit of wind protection because it can get really windy up there. Another thing for sunrise is to make sure you are bringing a good headlamp or a good flashlight, because it can be pretty hard to see when you're going up until you know, the sun starts to come up. Also, make sure you are bringing a good bug spray. There can be quite a bit of bugs. I did notice that the last few times that I've hiked it, there's a lot of bees, which, you know, if you're allergic, of course that's a bad thing, but if not, you'll be totally fine. Finally, you want to bring a good hydration mix, because you will be probably dehydrated by the time you make it up, and some coffee so you can enjoy watching the sun come up at the top. I definitely love this hike so much that I take friends to do this hike when they're visiting. It's also a hike that I do at least once a year because it's just so beautiful. And I've been above the clouds a handful of times, so don't be discouraged if, you know, when you go in to do it for a sunrise hike and you don't have that heavy cloud coverage. Thankfully for this hike, you don't need a parking pass, but do note that there isn't a lot of parking space, and the road to get up and come back down from the trail is very narrow. So if you have a bigger truck, you can find it a little bit tricky with, you know, the smaller cars not wanting to move back and kind of give you the right of way to go past them, especially because the right side is just a big drop, and you know, if you go to the right a little bit too much, you are in trouble. I would suggest that you get there early just for that same reason, to avoid, you know, having to drive with other cars in the same small narrow road, and to find a good parking spot. Although the hike only has 1,300 feet of elevation gain and it is 3.2 miles round trip, it can feel really strenuous, and that's because some of the parts are really steep, and you kind of have to zigzag through some parts because of the exposed roots. If you're an avid hiker, I think you can finish at least the way up in about an hour or so. But if you like to go a little bit slower, just kind of hang out and take pictures, I do encourage you to add a little bit more time to your, you know, whenever you decide to start your hike, especially if you want to make it for sunrise. One downside to this hike is that they don't have any porta potties or any restrooms up there, so make sure you take care of business before you head out to the trail. Also, as a reminder, make sure you are picking up your trash and you are practicing leave no trace. Unfortunately, I saw quite a bit of trash, which was kind of a bummer, so make sure you are picking up whatever you bring with you. Finally, don't forget to bring your furry friends to this hike, and make sure you keep them on the leash, just because this will keep them safe. There is quite a bit of areas where the ledge just kind of sneaks up on you, and if you have a curious pet, you know, they're likely to get pretty close, and next thing you know, they're a goner. So keep them safe, keep them close to you, and have them sit with you and enjoy the sunrise. Alright, that's it for today, guys. I hope you enjoy this hike and enjoy watching all the pictures and videos that I have shared. If you have any questions, leave them in the comments. Otherwise, I'll see you next week. Bye!